Imagine a continent that after two world wars decided to bury hatred and build something entirely new. Beyond borders and flags, there is a force that binds millions of people. Welcome to a journey through Europe, a complex entity that shapes our lives every day. Today, we will not only discover how this union was born and the mechanisms that make it work, but we will also delve into the heart of Italy, our country, to understand its vital role and the challenges that lie ahead, especially environmental ones, which will define our future. Prepare to decipher the European mosaic so, because understanding it means understanding ourselves better. If you think about it, the birth of the European Union was a political and economic experiment without precedent in history. An idea that took shape from the rubble left by the Second World War. A group of visionaries, tired of destruction and conflict, decided that the only way to ensure lasting peace was to intertwine the economic interests of countries, making war not only unthinkable but also economically disadvantageous. This is Europe's DNA. It all began very pragmatically with coal and steel. In 1951, the European Coal and Steel Community, the ECSC, was the first brick in this great construction. It was a pact between six countries, Belgium, France, West Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands, to jointly manage these vital resources, which were then the basis of the war industry. A strategic move to prevent a single state from accumulating military power at the expense of others. From there, the path was gradual, made up of treaties, enlargements, and the addition of new members, until reaching the 27 member states of today, each with its own history, culture, and language, but united by a common destiny. The primary objective has never changed: promoting peace. It is the rock on which the entire Union is founded, but over time other crucial goals have been added: promoting economic and political stability, ensuring prosperity through a common market, and above all, fostering cooperation and integration among the peoples of Europe. It's not just about eliminating customs, but about building a community where people, ideas, and opportunities can circulate freely, enriching everyone. It's an ambitious project, requiring constant commitment and the will to overcome differences for the common good. But how does this complex machine actually work? The European Union is not a single government, but a unique system based on various institutions working together. Imagine them like the gears of a clock, each with a specific function, but all indispensable. Let's start with the European Parliament. Think of it as the voice of the citizens. It is the only European institution directly elected every 5 years by millions of voters in all member countries. Its members, the MEPs, represent the interests of all of us, regardless of our nationality. The Parliament plays a fundamental role in European legislation. It discusses and votes on laws together with the Council, approves the Union budget, and oversees the work of the European Commission. It is the place where democratic debate takes place at the continental level. Then there's the Council of the European Union, which shouldn't be confused with the European Council, which is a different thing, but we'll talk about that in another video. The Council of the European Union is made up of ministers from the national governments of each member country. Its composition varies depending on the topic on the agenda. If agriculture is the topic, there are the agriculture ministers. If economics is the topic, there are the finance ministers. This is where national governments negotiate and adopt laws, defining policies and coordinating the actions of individual states across a wide range of sectors. It is the heart of the intergovernmental decision making process. The European Commission is, in a certain sense, the engine of the Union. It is the executive body, independent of national governments. It proposes new laws based on the EU's general interests and oversees member states' compliance with European treaties. Think about it. It's like the government of the Union, responsible for implementing policies and managing European programs. Its members, the commissioners, are appointed by national governments but must act in the interests of the Union as a whole, not just their home country. Finally, we have the Court of Justice of the European Union. Its role is simple but crucial: to ensure that European law is interpreted and applied uniformly in all member states. It is the EU's Supreme Court, ensuring that laws are respected and resolving disputes between member states, between European institutions, and even between individuals and institutions. Without an authority to enforce the rules, the entire system would risk collapse. Now, let's talk about something that directly affects all of our lives: the European single market. If the European Union is a body, the single market is its beating heart. It is an economic area without internal borders where the free movement of goods, services, capital, and people is guaranteed. This is what we call the four freedoms. What does this mean in practice? It means that an Italian company can sell its products in Germany without duties or customs barriers, just as if it were selling in Milan. This means that a Spanish citizen can go to work in France without needing a special visa. It means that our savings can be invested in any EU country. It was a revolution. The elimination of these trade barriers between member states created an area of healthy competition where companies can grow, innovate, and offer better products and services at more competitive prices for consumers. Before the single market, each country was a fortress with its own rules and additional costs, making international trade difficult even within the same continent. The impact of this single market has been enormous. It has led to significant economic growth across the Union, creating millions of jobs and increasing citizens' purchasing power. It has opened up new opportunities for small and medium sized businesses, which can now access a pool of over 440 million consumers. It has facilitated travel, study, and work abroad, enriching the lives of countless people. Of course, it's not all roses and flowers. The single market brings with it significant challenges. One of the biggest is the need to harmonize regulations. Consider the differences between environmental laws, labor regulations, or product safety standards in 27 different countries. Harmonizing these rules is a Herculean task essential to ensuring a true level playing field and preventing unfair competition. Furthermore, there is the challenge of addressing economic disparities between member countries. While the single market has fostered growth, it has also highlighted the disparities between the strongest and weakest economies, necessitating a cohesion policy to help less developed regions catch up with the rest of the Union. It's a delicate balance between freedom and regulation, growth and fairness. And now let's shift our focus to our own country. Italy is not only a member of the EU, but was one of the founding nations, one of the six that gave birth to the European project. This gives it a historical and political role of great importance. Italy has always believed in European integration as an instrument of peace, prosperity, and international influence. Our geographical location at the center of the Mediterranean makes us a natural bridge between Europe and North Africa, between East and West, a crossroads of cultures and trade for millennia. Our region is a true jewel, from the majestic Alps to the sunny coasts of the south, passing through the rolling hills of Tuscany and the fertile plains of the north. This geographic and climatic diversity is a priceless treasure, resulting in a cultural and landscape heritage unmatched in the world. Think of our UNESCO sites, the richness of our history, the beauty of our cities of art. All this is part of our identity and our contribution to Europe. Despite the frequent criticism and controversy, Italy has significant economic strengths. We are a country with a strong and diversified manufacturing sector specializing in high quality bulk high value products. We are world champions in the three F's fashion, food, and furniture, Italian fashion, design, and food excellence, from Parmigiano Reggiano to Prosecco, from olive oil to pasta, are recognized and loved brands worldwide. These sectors not only generate GDP, but also carry Italy's name to every corner of the globe, representing an unparalleled calling card. And let's not forget tourism. With its artistic, historical, and natural heritage, Italy is one of the most sought after tourist destinations. Millions of visitors each year contribute significantly to our economy, supporting sectors such as hospitality, catering, and local crafts. And then there's agriculture, a cornerstone of the economy that, thanks to our diverse climates and the expertise of our producers, offers us high quality, often unique products. From wine to oil, from fruit to vegetables, made in Italy, agriculture is synonymous with excellence and authenticity. These sectors, working within the European single market, have access to a larger market and can compete on a global scale. However, being such a beautiful and historically rich country does not make us immune to challenges. And one of the most pressing and important for our future and that of future generations is the environmental one. Italy, with its population density and geographical conformation, is particularly vulnerable. Air pollution is a serious problem, especially in the large cities of the Po Valley, where the orographic conformation retains pollutants, transforming them into a serious threat to public health. Emissions from vehicles, industry, and home heating contribute to smog levels that often exceed European safety thresholds. And it's not just the air, waste management remains a sore point in many regions, with overflowing landfills and inefficient recycling. We still have too many cases of deforestation, even if on a small scale, and coastal erosion increasingly threatens our beaches and infrastructure, also due to urban planning policies that are not always far-sighted. But the greatest challenge of all is, without a doubt, vulnerability to climate change. Italy is a Mediterranean hotspot, meaning it is more affected than other countries by rising temperatures. Summers are becoming longer and hotter, and prolonged droughts are putting agriculture and water resources at risk, as are extreme weather events that are becoming more frequent and violent. Flash floods, exceptional hailstorms, and storms that cause incalculable damage. Consider the floods in Emilia-Romagna or the recent heat waves that hit the south. These phenomena are no longer exceptions but are becoming the norm. Faced with all this, what can we do? It's essential to act urgently and intelligently. We must invest massively in renewable energy, solar, wind, and hydroelectric. Italy has enormous potential in this field, but we need to accelerate the energy transition, reducing our dependence on fossil fuels. We must promote sustainability in every sector, from agriculture to industry, from transportation to urban management. This means adopting effective environmental policies, which aren't just words on paper but concrete and measurable actions. And this is where Europe comes in. Active participation in the European Union is crucial for our sustainable future. European policies, such as the European Green Deal, set ambitious targets for reducing emissions and protecting biodiversity. European funds, such as those of the PNRR, provide significant economic resources for the ecological transition, allowing us to finance innovative projects for clean energy, urban regeneration, and land protection. We cannot face these challenges alone. Europe offers us a regulatory framework, financial support, and a platform for international cooperation that are essential to protecting our environment and ensuring a better future for future generations. This is an opportunity we cannot afford to waste. Cooperation once again proves to be the key to overcoming the greatest difficulties. We journeyed through the history, institutions, and markets that define the European Union, then explored Italy's unique role and crucial environmental challenges within it.